The attention now shifts to the House. I talked about its prospects with Congresswoman Ileana Ros-Lehtinen.
Let's turn to immigration. Should Speaker Boehner take up the Senate bill for immigration reform?
No, Speaker Boehner has been very clear from the very beginning that the Senate will do its bill and that the House will do our work product. And even before the bill was gelled, even before they had a press conference and announced that this is... Speaker Boehner says we will do bills in separate packages. Why? Because Obamacare left a bad taste in a lot of our Republican mouths. People saw this mammoth bill being rolled out, and nobody had a chance to read it. So Speaker Boehner early on said, when we do immigration, we're going to do it piecemeal. We're going to do small bills, and we're going to move our own work product. And then in conference, we'll see what we can get as a conference bill, and then we will move it in the House and then the Senate together. That's always been the plan, and that's the way it'll go.
Do you believe the House will eventually support some form of immigration reform?
I do.
That guarantees a pathway to citizenship, though?
Well, ideally, I want a pathway to citizenship. Secondly, if we can't achieve that, a pathway to legalization. If we can't achieve that, we'll see what we can get. Of course, you want a Cadillac. But if you can't get a Cadillac, you want a little car, a Mini Cooper to get you to work. Although that's a pretty nice car, too. So I want the Cadillac. I want a pathway to citizenship because I think that's the right thing to do.
Last question. I want to ask you about Edward Snowden, the NSA leaker, who seems to be reliving Tom Hanks' role in the movie Terminal.
I wonder what the food is like in that airport. It can't be very good.
A lot of borscht, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Do you consider him a whistleblower or a traitor?
I don't think we need to call names, but I do believe that if he is a man of principle, and when he says that he is, that he could have divulged this information and faced the consequences of his actions, not done this and then left. Because just by running, it's sort of an admission of your guilt, even before any charges would be filed. And look at the countries he's fled to. China, Russia. He's thinking of going perhaps to Cuba, to Venezuela, or Ecuador. These are countries that are not friendly to the United States. These are countries that, and they're him safe passage, or safe transit, or safe harbor for nothing. He will probably be sharing secrets with these countries. China's going to use it against us. Russia's surely going to use it against us. Cuba, Venezuela, and Ecuador will always use it against us. So people can draw their own conclusions. But what I do know is that these countries are not friendly to the United States. The rulers of those countries will use that information against us. And this will not end well for national security for the U.S.
Are you concerned about what he revealed, though, in terms of the American public, whether or not what the U.S. government has been doing with regard to FISA courts and the rest is appropriate? Well,
I think that the framework that we set up, having the proper documentation, getting the warrants, going through the FISA courts. Maybe people don't like it that the FISA courts have been approving them, but it's because they have been presenting very good evidence. Now, I'm not going to reveal any classified information in this interview, but it seems to me with the information that we've gotten from the hearings that we've had is that this information has been valuable to maintain the security of our